Morning all. So today we will start with a new topic, that is cerebellum. So here you can see this is the cerebellum, which is situated just below the cerebral cortex. This one is cerebellum. Now this cerebellum, it consists of mainly three parts here. The central body of the cerebellum is called as vermis, and on both the sides of the central body there is a right and left cerebellar hemispheres are there. There is a central body here in the cerebellum called as vermis, and on both the sides there is a cerebral hemispheres on both the sides of this vermis. Now this vermis is mainly formed by 9 parts. These parts are again divided into superior vermis and inferior vermis. Superior vermis, it means it is that part of vermis which is situated on the upper surface of cerebellum, above the level of cerebellum. And inferior vermis is that part of vermis which is situated on the lower surface of cerebellum. That is called as inferior vermis. Now the parts of superior vermis. Here in superior vermis it has got mainly 5 parts: lingula, central lobe, culmen, lobulus simplex and declive. Here you can see this one is the diagram showing the superior vermis. This is the diagram of vermis. Here these are the parts of superior vermis. First part you can see this one is lingula, then second one is central lobe, third one is culmen, then lobulus simplex, then declive. So these are the parts which are coming under superior vermis. It means these are the parts of vermis which are situated above the level of on the upper surface of cerebellum. Then the parts which are situated in the lower surface of cerebellum, these parts are called as inferior vermis. So these inferior vermis, it includes these parts like tuber. Here you can see this one is tuber, the next one is pyramid, then next one is uvula, and next one is nodulus. So these are the parts of inferior vermis, that is tuber, pyramid, uvula and nodulus. So here on these are the parts of inferior vermis. So nodulus, here you can see, is continued on either side as an elongated structure. It is called as flocculus. On both the sides this nodulus is elongated, which is called as a flocculus. This one is nodulus and it is elongated on both the sides. It is called as flocculus. And nodulus along with flocculus together is called as nodulofloccular lobe. Nodulus and flocculi are together called as noduloflocculonodular lobe. On either side of pyramid also there is an extension. This extension is called as paraflocculus. Here you can see this one is pyramid, and on either sides of pyramid there is an extension. This extension is called as paraflocculus on either sides of pyramid. So this one is the structure of, these are the 9 parts of vermis here. Vermis is a structure, central portion which is central body of cerebellum. It is situated centrally, and on both the sides of this vermis there are right and left cerebellar hemispheres are there. Okay, so this is about the different parts of vermis. Then next thing is about the fissures of the vermis. Here in the vermis there are mainly 3 fissures are there. One is primary fissure, prepyramidal fissure and posterolateral fissure. Here you can see there is a primary fissure is there. This one is a primary fissure. Then next one is prepyramidal fissure. This one is prepyramidal fissure. Fissure means there is a gap here, there is opening here. Then the third one is posterolateral fissure. This one is posterolateral fissure. So pyramid has got 3 fissures: primary fissure, prepyramidal fissure and posterolateral fissure. The next one is about the divisions of cerebellum. Cerebellum is divided in three ways. One is anatomical division, phylogenetic division, and functional division. So first one is anatomical division. We will see anatomical division. Anatomically, it is divided into three lobes: anterior lobe, posterior lobe, and flocculonodular lobe. Anterior lobe, it includes three things. One is lingula, central lobe, and culmen. Posterior lobe, it includes lobulus simplex, declive, tuber, pyramid, uvula, paraflocculi, ensiform lobe, and paramedian lobe. Then flocculonodular lobe, it includes nodulus and flocculus. So this is the anatomical division of cerebellum. So this one here you can see the anterior lobe. Here it has got lingula, central lobe, and culmen. This one is anterior lobe, lingula, central lobe, and culmen. Then posterior lobe, here it contains declive, it contains lobulus simplex, declive, tuber, pyramid, and uvula. This is the posterior lobe. Then the flocculonodular lobe, here it contains flocculus and nodulus. This is flocculonodular lobe. This is the anatomical division of cerebellum. The next one is phylogenetical division. Phylogenetic division means it is according to the development. According to phylogenetic division, there are two divisions are there. One is paleocerebellum, second one is neocerebellum. Paleocerebellum, it means it is the oldest part of cerebellum which has developed too early. That is, oldest part of cerebellum is called as paleocerebellum. And neocerebellum, it as the name itself indicates, it is the phylogenetically it is a newer portion. It is a newly developed portion of cerebellum. It is called as neocerebellum. Then functional division. Functionally, again, this cerebellum is divided mainly into three divisions: vestibulocerebellum, spinocerebellum, and corticocerebellum. First one is vestibulocerebellum. So vestibulocerebellum, it mainly includes the flocculonodular lobe. Vestibulocerebellum mainly includes the flocculonodular lobe. Then spinocerebellum, it includes many structures here. It includes lingula, central lobe, culmen, lobulus simplex, declive, tuber, pyramid, uvula, paraflocculi, and medial portions of lobulus ensiformis and lobulus paramedianus. And corticocerebellum here it includes lateral portions of lobulus ensiformis and lobulus paramedianus. So this is about the divisions of cerebellum.